Okay, here we go on some core wheel training. We're going to start with some bad wheel examples. First wheel is an aftermarket wheel. This is a good example because they don't all have this, but it has the multi-bolt pattern. You'll see in the center where it'll fit multiple different vehicles. You know, most cars are going to have eight lugs at the most, usually 5 or 6. So that's a dead giveaway. And then this one has the QC, pass, QC sticker. That's almost always going to be aftermarket. And I'm going to show you on the back the max load. If it's max load, most of the time that's going to be aftermarket, probably 99% of the time. And then VIA is probably about 99% of the time. So you see max load VIA or pass QC sticker, don't want it. There's a chrome wheel. This is chrome plated. We don't buy anything chrome plated. So if you see a chrome wheel, we're not going to be interested in that at all. Now some wheels are polish, or there's even a finish called PVD. It's a spray-on finish that looks like chrome. And I'm showing you here, if you scratch it with a knife, chrome is not really going to scratch at all. PVD or polish will, and we can buy polish or PVD wheels. So that's a good important thing to know the difference. This is a clad wheel. That face is glued on to that wheel. We do not buy anything like that. You can see where it wraps around, and you don't see any screws or anything. It's just glued on there. Now, if there's just accent pieces in the windows or down the spokes that are screwed on, we can buy those, but just not chrome clad, glued on. This is an example of just an older factory wheel that we just don't want. And the main way you can tell is just by the condition on the back there. You can see where it's just got years and years of brake dust. I mean, the face looks okay. You can see it's a Nissan wheel. It's a factory wheel. It doesn't say VIA or anything like that. It's a Nissan factory wheel. But you can tell by the back especially just how much caked on brake dust and years of road grime that are on there that odds are we're not going to want that, so just don't keep stuff like that. This is the same kind of thing. This is a little larger wheel. You'll see wheels that the face looks really nice. That one's a little dingy, but it could look great. But then you turn it around and then you see this. So that's just, again, another very good example of, it's a dead giveaway. You can see it's a factory wheel again, but you see that much brake dust on there. Just let it go down the line. Let it just go on to meet its maker. Most of the time, never going to want anything with that much brake dust and road grime on it. Now we're going to talk about some good wheel examples. First wheel is a 20-inch. It's a Toyota, and that's a fully painted face wheel. You can, tell it looks pretty good on the face. It looks pretty new, but then you saw in the barrel and then the inside of the barrel, it's just really nice and clean. It's a very good indication that wheel obviously isn't very old versus, years and years of brake dust and road grime buildup. And I'll show you there that that's the Toyota logo. So you'll see, an indication that it is a factory wheel on most 99% of wheels that are factory. So you can see the difference that looks a lot cleaner. And then this is a similar kind of one. That one has a machined face. You're actually seeing the aluminum there on the bright spots, and then the windows there are painted a dark gray or dark charcoal color. And you'll see, I'll show you that it does say Honda Motor Company. So that just, if you're not sure, is this factory, is this aftermarket, you should be able to see that on the back pretty easily. Most newer wheels are going to be the darker grays and black colors. Used to be that most factory wheels were, bright silver, just like metal color. But more and more over the last few years, I'd say most factory wheels are darker colored anymore. They still have the bright silver wheels, but, used to be you saw a bunch of dark colored wheels in a pile and they'd be aftermarket, but now most of the factory wheels are the darker colors. So, but you can see I'm just wiping away the dirt and the grime there, just showing that even though that wheel was a little dirty, you wipe it away there on the back. Yep, it's still bright. It's just got some grime, or sometimes they'll even be in the mud and they got mud on them. But this is a smaller wheel. That's actually a 17-inch wheel. But again, like I said, most of the wheels are going to be larger. But there's still plenty of 17-inch wheels out there. But again, the main point I'm showing you see the Toyota logo, is that you see the condition. You see it doesn't, it's got some grime on there, but it wipes off pretty easily. It looks like it's not been on the road very, very long. Most of the wheels we need are probably about 5 years old and newer, so that's kind of what we're looking for, factory and newer. Now I'm going to just kind of point out some differences side by side of the bad versus the good. So on the left, we've had that wheel before we've looked at, and then on the right, this wheel is good. So bad on the left, good on the right. You can just see the size difference. So you got a 20-inch versus a 16-inch wheel there. So you can just see, hey, a lot of the newer ones are darker and they're larger. Here's all the wheels laid out, the bad ones in the back and the 3 good ones in the front. You got aftermarket on the back, clad, chrome, and then 2 of the old ones with all the brake dust on it, and then the 3 in the front that are, newer and larger and shinier. So this just kind of shows you, all of them together, just kind of side by side. And then this is just the back of the non-chrome and clad ones. So just showing you the difference. Clean, newer versus old, and, not needed. So main point, if you see any wheels like these ones in the front, the newer factory good looking wheels, doesn't matter if there's 1 or 10, put them over there in our area, we'll sort them. Anytime you have 50 or 100 or anything like that, get us a picture, we'll let you know so you don't have to waste your time. Thank you very much.